Hello my lovelies, I am your friendly neighbourhood woodland nymph apparently, and Happy New Year's and welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be doing something today that was supposed to be the start of a regular tradition here on my channel back in 2020, which is where I talk about my year in review. However, that did not happen last year, so we're bringing it back this year. Yes. So welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My phone just went off. I hope that you had a lovely Christmas. I hope your days were merry and bright. I hope you're fat and full, but I am so excited that 2022 is over. I cannot stress to you enough how much I am excited it is over. So let's break it down. But before we break it down, it is time just for a cheeky one, you know. Wait, it's like I'm gonna recreate the meme. Don't know what I'm doing with my hand. Did it work? Did I do a meme? Okay, great. Oh, that is good. Quite strong. And for all of the, you know, parents watching this, when I say strong, I mean strong with healthy vitamins and natural fruit juices and no alcohol whatsoever. Happy New Year. Oh, that really is quite good. So, let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. So, let's get down to it. Let's talk about my year in review. So, 2022 for me started off reasonably well. I had a lovely visit from my baby sister Abigail. Hi Abigail. Who came up to see me for New Year's 2021-22. And so that was honestly really lovely. It was a really lovely start to the year. Now in 2020, I said that it was probably my most challenging year, and I still stand by that. 2020 was my most challenging year. However, I think this has been the most turbulent year. Lots of drama and all sorts. So in January, it did have a really good start with my younger sister, but then I lost my job. So I used to work at Shakespeare's Globe, and I say lost my job like I somehow dropped the ball, but I was made redundant from my job during the Omicron crisis in January 2022. And I was the Deputy Visitor Operations Manager there, and then I think 4th or 5th of January I found out I was losing my role, and so I was in my probation, but they gave me an additional month because of the circumstances, because it was a redundancy and all of those things. So not fun. And then shortly after that, I comfort ate myself into being hospitalised because I have celiac disease, and so I overindulged in gluten until I had to go to hospital, which was super fun. So yeah, that was great. So January was, you know, great start, not so, anyway, so February, moving on to February, and I'm going to be doing this month by month. So February was the start of my new job, so it was the official end of my old job. So when I was made redundant from Shakespeare's Globe, I had a month's notice, so it was like 6th of February, around then, and it also meant my last paycheck was in February, thank God. But I started my new job at Queer Britain in February of 2022, which was very, very exciting. February is a really good month for me. I also celebrated my vagina-versary because my vagina was born on the 15th of February. So she turned 2. We love her. She's beautiful, an icon, the moment. Come on now. And then I also started my trustee role for those of you who don't know, because why would you? I haven't really spoken about it publicly. I'm a member of the board of trustees for a trans-led charity here in London. I'm actually a member of the board of trustees for a few different charities. But yeah, so member of the board of trustees, that kind of started then. And then March was also really, really good. So let's just have a quick one to March, shall we? Thank you, March. So in March, I turned 25. My 25th birthday was really messy. It wasn't even me. It was the guy that I was with at the time. So the guy that I was with at the time, great. Just amazing sex. Such good sex. But he got very, very drunk and ruined my 25th birthday. It wasn't his fault. Well, no, it was his fault. It was alcohol's fault. Anyway, drink responsibly, kids. Well, if you're a kid, don't drink. Drink responsibly, adults. Kids, look away. Look away. But, so yeah, it was a really, really good 2 months. So February and March was good, right up until the last few days of March when I started to get sick. So if you have seen in my video talking about it, which I will link above, I developed a blood clot in early April, and the symptoms of that started to happen in March. And so I had a blood clot in my head in early April. I'm not 100% sure on the date, but I'm sure I will drop it because obviously I have a video on that. And so I had a blood clot in my head. I was hospitalised for about a week. And that was a really difficult time because I was very isolated in being sick, which was really, really hard. And I won't sugarcoat it. It was really difficult. It's one of the hardest things I've gone through because I thought I was gonna die. But after that, I then went on to hire the UK's first entirely queer identifying front of house team in any heritage institution within the United Kingdom. So April definitely had a better ending. And then May was really, really good. Opened the museum, opened the UK's first ever LGBTQ+ museum. So I was there, front of house visitor experience, volunteers and events manager, and that was amazing. And then I was named a next generation queer heritage leader at the Museums and Heritage Conference where I got to speak, and I filmed a comedy sketch, and I found out that a documentary that was being filmed about myself had been awarded funding from Together TV's Diverse Film Fund, which awards 5 young filmmakers up to a total amount of £20,000, and it's amazing, and you should check out and apply for it if you're a filmmaker in 2023. So May was, I don't know, May was great. I loved May. May was amazing. And June, similarly, was really, really good. So, you know, the success of the museum was continuing, my role was developing, I was doing interviews, my Metro article came out, which I will definitely link down below because I'm very proud of it. And, you know, it's just interviews with, you know, Associated Foreign Press and photo shoots and public speaking and things like that. And I was also, you know, I was finally uploading again. I felt like I was coming back. I felt like I'd found a balance, and, you know, I was ready to be a content creator again. And, you know, there's a piece of hair on my shoulder that isn't doing what I wanted to do, which is very annoying. And so, you know, June was really, really good. And then July was a lot of things. First of all, July was very, very hot. And I don't like hot weather because I'm, you know, a larger than average human, I would say. definitely larger than average. So that was really difficult. And then the museum opened its first exhibition, which was amazing and something I got to be part of, and it was great. And I got to exhibit work and things like that. But July was also... So they say that bad things come in threes. So in July, I found out that I had lost my job at the museum, which was really sad because I thought I was going to be there for a long, long time, and I'm not ready to talk about why. But I didn't like how I was treated there as a trans identifying person. And I didn't like how I was tokenized there, and I didn't like how I was spoken to there, and I didn't like how I was not respected because of my age. So I'm sure at some point I'll talk about that. Or maybe I won't. Maybe it'd be nice to kind of leave it behind. Because I think it would be quite nice to leave it behind. And then I also found out in July that, well, it's kind of, you know, one instigated the other. My documentary had been pulled through no fault of my own, through a fault of someone who we were filming at the venue of pulling out last minute, and us losing a lot of money, because it takes a lot of money to make a documentary, and being awarded £20,000 is a lot of money, but it's not enough money to reshoot. So because of that, I lost out on that opportunity as well. In July, I was offered the opportunity to go back and film and complete a master's degree at the university I dropped out of. And that was amazing. That kind of felt like my saving grace. It was, you know. But then in August, my uni offer, well, it was just, there was some indecision about whether or not the course was going to go ahead this year, which it eventually didn't. And I had lots of interviews and lots of rejection. I went home, actually. I went home because last year I kind of had an existential crisis, and I just wanted to be at home. I wanted to be with my family. I have a very good relationship with my family. So I did a similar thing this year when everything hit the fan, essentially. And yeah, August and July were pretty bad months, apart from, oh my God. So I want to make a video on this because I've made a video on post-op sex, but not specifically on penetrative post-op sex, because I really, really struggled to have penetrative post-op sex, like penile penetrative post-op sex with my neo-vagina, because I had lots of complications and blah, 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 blah. And I'd actually quite like to make a video on post-op penetrative sex, but in August I had my first ever post-op penetration, which was, I cried. There's not gonna sugarcoat it. I cried when that guy ejaculated into my vagina. I wept tears of joy. And so I was very, very happy. I felt very, very fulfilled from that. So yeah, that was really, really good. And then going on to September, I found out that my university course was actually being pulled. So my offer was deferred until next year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. The reasoning for my leaving university has been one of the biggest regrets of my life. And so it would have definitely helped to heal me and make my professional achievements feel much more valid. But you know, it is what it is. I just was kind of having a continued mental health crises of, you know, who I wanted to be, and that continued for a lot of October. I was interviewing for jobs, but I was in a really bad headspace. I wasn't getting them. I was getting a lot of rejection. I had no money because I didn't have a job. I was meant to be in uni and that wasn't happening. And I got really low, really, really low. I finally started full-time sertraline for my depression and anxiety. You know, it was October, September, November they were really difficult. They're really, really difficult, and pretty uneventful because I had no money. I did nothing. But But that leads me on to December. So I'm currently filming this on December the 18th, 2022. And I'm about to go home to see my family for the holidays. I'm so excited to see my family for the holidays. And I have been really scatterbrained with uploading onto my channel this year, but I'm very, very excited because in January I'm starting a new role at another museum that I will help to open. It's part-time, so I'll have more balance, and I will be uploading videos every other Sunday because I wasn't at a point where I was ready to start uploading every week again. So every other week, starting on the 1st of January 2023, I will be uploading a brand new video every other Sunday at 6 p.m. British time, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, I've got a new job. I'm kind of seeing a new person. We'll see what happens. I'm about to go home and spend Christmas with my family. And it's been, you know, it's been a difficult year. It's not been the hardest year. I've dealt with a lot of terrible people, but I'm really excited for 2023. I've got some very exciting projects coming up. I was meant to have some of the projects start this year, but because of university being pulled and losing my job, and it just wasn't gonna happen. But I'm so excited to come back and start seeing you every other week. It's gonna be lovely. I'm so excited for the first 3 months of 2023. I have some big plans. But yeah, so I suppose toast to 2022. Glad to see the back of you, and I cannot wait to see you all in 2023, which I suppose this video will be coming out on. So cheers very much. Thanks very much. I hope you all had a lovely new year. I hope you're all very merry and bright, and I'm so excited to put an end to this chapter and to see you all in the new year. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stephanie Lynette, not actually a woodland nymph, although I understand why you might think that. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time for another video. Bye. I don't know why I did that. Bye.